Hey YouTube, how you doing? FlightSimGuy here, and today I'm just gonna go ahead and screw around with this freeware aircraft that I downloaded from Dino Cataneo website. Until I went to his website, I never even knew this plane existed. It's called the Boeing T-45C Goshawk. Evidently, it's a Navy trainer. I imagine it's their version of the T-38. Or maybe the T-37. Anyhow, this is what they use to train their pilots. And I'm in Dayton, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a VFR flight, touch and go at Columbus, and then take it down to Cincinnati. VFR in the sense that I don't have a flight plan. I decided to do this at the last second, literally. And the weather is pretty good. And as long as I follow my compass, Columbus and Cincinnati are pretty big cities, so it's going to be hard to miss them. Alright, so this is the student seat. It's actually the primary cockpit. This is where the student would be sitting. And this is the instructor cockpit. He sits at the back. And interestingly enough, he has a stick also. I think he has just about everything. What would be really cool is to try and fly this from this backseat position here. Anyway, alright, so, and the thing I like about Dino's planes are you just go ahead and use, the abbreviated commands to get in the air. You don't have to worry about the virtual cockpit. I'm pretty sure all this stuff works, but alright, so let's go ahead and close the canopy. I'm just using keyboard commands here. Battery master is on, so let's go ahead and turn on our lights and start the engines. Control E. Okay, it's supposed to start any second now. There we go. That's one engine. Now, while the other engine is going, I may as well turn on my avionics. Let's see here now. Avionics master. Oh, it's already on. Cool. That's my second engine on. How many engines does this thing have? Let's look at the back. Huh, one engine. How about that? I'll be waiting forever. Alright, let's go ahead and call ATC. And I want to go to the east. Playing back when it should.
Navy Alpha 109er, taxi to and hold short of runway 24 right. I am taxiway off on my Romeo Alpha. Contact tower on 119er, point 9er, 1 ready. Dayton ground Delta 89er 4, dispatch ready to taxi IFR. Delta 89er 4, taxi to and hold short of runway 24 right. Taxiway Delta Alpha. Contact tower on 119er, point 9er, 1 ready.
There we go.
Hold short runway 24 right, using taxiway Delta Alpha. Delta 89er 4.
Now I know the way Dino codes his planes, it should be relatively easy to find the radios and screw with them. So there they are right there. I guess I should keep my eye on the taxiway. Let's see what it looks like on the outside. Okay, interesting. Let's back up a little bit. Alright. Let's get this taxi. By the way, this is the first time I've ever flown this plane. This is the first time I've even loaded it. So I'm not exactly sure what to expect. I don't know what the performance specs are. Don't know what rotate speed is, maximum speed. I don't know any of that stuff. I am doing this by the seat of my pants. Let's see. Alright, it's got nice big wings. So based on my takeoff speed, I should be able to deduce what my approach speed should be and land speed and whatnot, and how easy it is to fly. Since it's a trainer, I'm guessing it should be relatively easy. What's funny is the Air Force retired the T-37 tweet as the plane they used to train their pilots on before they go into the T-38, and they replaced the T-37s with a single engine turboprop. I don't recall. It's made by Beechcraft. I don't remember the name of it. Initially I thought it was a Super Tucano, but no, it's something from Beech, and that's what the Air Force is training the pilots with. So I asked myself, I remember seeing a T-37. They're very, very small.
Continental 3211, please go back. Ready to taxi. IFR. Continental 3211,
let's see
taxi
here.
to hold short of runway 24, right, taxiway now.
There we go. Yeah, as I was saying, those planes are very small, and and I was wondering, when they retired them, what did they do with those planes? I mean, they're trainers, so there's nothing very classified in them, so you'd think they'd sell them on the open market. But to the best of my knowledge, there's only about 2 planes registered with the FAA, 2 T-37s. The rest of them were buttoned up, and they're sitting out at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, where the boneyard is. Is that Davis-Monthan? Out in the yeah, I think it's Davis-Monthan, the boneyard out in Arizona. And there's rows and rows of T-38s just sitting there. What a shame. Having said that, I couldn't buy one even if I had the money. The demand for them would have been so high, the price would have gone up, and only the richest of the rich would be able to buy those little toys. So it's a nice thought, though. Alright, so far this plane is easy to taxi. My elevator trim, damn, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna have to guess where my trim is, and I don't know where it is. I just gave it some back trim, and hopefully that'll be enough to get me in the air. Like I said, I don't have the time to sit here and figure out what is what on these things. Something just occurred to me.
Clear for takeoff. Runway 24, right, Delta 894.
I should probably check how much fuel I have. World. Now these military jets, they burn a lot. They're not very fuel efficient. But I'm not going very far, so I should have enough. Let's go ahead and turn on my heat. And I'm going to hand fly this. I'm not going to use the autopilot. So, it might take a while. Alright, let's see what we got here. That guy's taking off. Anyway. So I've sort of lost the motivation to keep making these episodes, especially based on general aviation aircraft. So I also committed to learning and flying more combat planes. So I have decided to, I'm going to wrap up doing these. As I was saying, I'm going to go ahead and, what the hell? I'm going to go ahead and wrap up doing my episodes on FSX. And I've installed DCS World 1.5 on my gaming rig. Right now I'm playing FSX on the Alienware notebook, and I'm going to eventually disassemble my my yoke, my throttle quadrant, and my switches and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and take that apart, put that in storage, and fire up the Rhino X55 stick and throttle from Cytec, and go ahead and get that program. And at that point I'll be recording all my missions from DCS. I'll still have FSX on here, but it doesn't have the yoke. It has the Cytec X52, and I can use that to control general aviation aircraft, but it's just not the same thing. So then I need to start learning the various combat aircraft and whatnot, and start making those episodes. Alright. Okay, here we are. Let's put on our brakes. Let's call the tower. Position and hold.
Position and hold, Navy, Alpha 10 Niner.
I don't do that anymore. Just line up and wait. What runway is this anyway? I wasn't even paying attention. It looks like... Okay, he's going up there. 24...
Continental 3211.
Right.
Contact station departure.
Okay, so I'm going to have to make a U-turn once I'm in the air.
Going to 118.85. Continental 3211.
Alright, so I'm going to have to make a U-turn and follow I-70 going east.
Navy 109er cleared for takeoff, runway 24 right, departure distance approved.
Okay, here we go.
For takeoff, runway 24 right, Navy Alpha 109er.
Zoom in a little bit here. Alright, my flaps. And I think I'm ready to go. Alright, let's hold the brakes. The engine spool up a little bit. Alright, release the brakes. And let's see what this baby can do. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give it full afterburners. At about 150, or not even that, maybe 135, I should be able to get in the air. Okay, 150 it is. Oh, and I need to trim up. Off the gas a little bit, gear up. Flaps up.
Navy Alpha 109er, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Alright. See what we look like from the outside. Okay. Alright. Let's see how this baby flies. Alright, my flaps are up, my gears are up. I need to turn to heading approximately 100. Where's my heading on this thing? Alright, let's keep the speed low. This thing's a little bit twitchy. Altitude is 4,000 feet. Let's take it up to about 10,000 feet. One of my earlier episodes, I was able to demonstrate that you can actually use FSX for VFR flying, which is what I'm doing right now. That road right below us, right there, that's I-70. So all I need to do is just follow that into Columbus. Let's see here. Hands off the stick. Okay, it's bobbing around a little bit. Let's go ahead and give it some gas. Pull back on the stick a little bit, gain some altitude. Whoa, easy there, boy. What the hell? This thing's kind of hard to control. Alright, so my plan essentially is to maintain this heading, follow this road, follow the yellow brick road, or in this case the black one. Oh, the hell. Oh, shoot. I totally forgot. Today is the worst day in the world to do this kind of flying. It's like 60-something degrees outside. And it's January 30th in Ohio. So winds are crashing in from the south, 180 at 20 to 30 knots. So it's a very, very windy day. And this is a very tiny plane. I'm probably well beyond the crosswind limits for this thing. And Columbus's airport, those runways run east to west, and the wind is coming up from the south. So that should make things interesting. Whoa. In fact, that little arrow right here, I think that's telling me the direction the wind's coming from. And I'm flying to the east, and it's pointing that way. So yes, coming straight from the south. see what we look like on the outside. Okay. I don't like that view. There we go. I prefer the locked spot. Oh. Back up. Turn around. Alright. Alright. Huh. Still relatively on course. Let's go ahead and cut another track. And like I said, Columbus is a relatively big city. So all I have to do is, you know, once I see the tall buildings, I know where the airport is relative to where downtown is, and I should be able to come in for a landing. I'm going to be crabbing like crazy though. And I'm going to have to come in steep. All I wanted was an ATIS briefing, see what the weather is. Ah, here we go. Right patch, should have it.
Patterson, airport information, Yankee 14560, wind 216 at 14, visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition 16,200, scattered. Temperature 160.2, altimeter 2970, ILS, runway 23 right and visual, runway 23 left in use. Landing and departing runway 23 right and runway 23 left. VFR aircraft stay direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Yankee.
There's a Cessna 170 down there. Let's see what the co-pilot, the instructor pilot looks like. It's pretty much the same as mine. I wouldn't try landing it from back here. Whoa, jeez, Louise. This doesn't have a radar. Maybe it does, and I just don't know how to use it. There's a plane right in front of me. Whoa! Maybe I should disable that active sky next. It's only at 5,000 feet. I want to say easy there. Oh man, this kind of turbulence would make me sick. Let's come off the gas a little bit. Whoa. Whoa! Okay, there's a big city here. Am I flying over Columbus? Yes, I am. There's the airport right there. Alright, I need to get down. Alright, so... Alright. I'm at 10,000 feet. I can come in, do a pattern entry from this altitude. All I need to do is kill the gas. Let's call a tower.
Columbus Tower, Navy, Alpha 109er is 9 miles southwest with Bravo, touch and go. Navy, Alpha 109er, Columbus Tower, make left traffic, runway 2, east left, altimeter 2972.
28 left. Very well.
Make left traffic, runway 28 left, Navy, Alpha 109er.
Okay, left traffic, 28 left. Look at that airport right there. That's right in the outer belt. This right here is the outer belt. I have no idea what that airport is. I see it in FSX all the time, but in real life, I have no idea what that is. Rickenbacker should be back over there somewhere. And Bolton Field is going to be behind me. There's Port Columbus. Got here relatively fast. Let's cut another track. Alright, so my rule for high-risk crosswind landings, such as what we're experiencing now, is to come in at a very steep angle with little flaps. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Depending on the wind direction, yes, I want to come in much steeper than normal, because if you get blown off course by the wind, you'll have a much greater altitude to take corrective action. And I don't like to use full flaps because it reduces your stall speed, and if you're flying into the wind in some way, shape, or form, you have less control over the plane, and it'll just get blown all over the place. So I like to land with one flaps or one or two, not definitely not full. That'll give me plenty of lift because you're flying into the wind since it's a crosswind landing. Alright, 28 left. I can go ahead and make my turn to base. This will allow me to bleed off some airspeed, and then I can drop 1 notch flaps. Oh shoot. Okay, there we go. 1 notch flaps. Okay. Let's maintain 3,300 feet. There we go. Gas. Back trim a little bit. Okay. Alright. Get some gas. There we go. Not sure if I'm going to be able to land this. Gas.
Navy Alpha 109, cleared touch and go. Left traffic, runway 28 left.
28 left. Very well.
Cleared for touch and go. Runway 28 left.
Wow.
Navy Alpha 109er.
Gear down. It's very wobbly. Give it some more gas. Oh shit, that's 28 right. 28 left. Come over here. Over here, over here. Get a pappy. Okay. Okay, gears down. Get some rudder. Impossible. Full flaps. I have a Facebook friend that says, "Don't you ever crash?" I think I might have something for him. Touch and go. The best in the world. Flaps up, gear up. Come off the gas. Alright, let's go ahead and get some altitude. And now I need to head southeast. Head south and I'll figure it out. Oh man. I honestly didn't think I'd be able to do that. I thought I was going to crash. Alright, let's head south and then I'll figure out where I need to turn. Cincinnati is southwest of Columbus. See if I can find 71. That might be right there. Yeah, that's it. All I gotta do is follow the highway. Actually, that's the outer belt. but the outer belt intersects 71, so I'll just follow the outer belt, and when I see the highway going south, I'll just follow that. Alright, that's enough of the replays. Let's get on with this. Alright, 7,000 feet. Southwest. I'm heading more west. Slow down a bit. Is that 75, 71? Well, I'm not exactly sure. Let's trim down. But I can hedge my bets by following it and at the same time looking to the right to see if there's another major roadway. That's the outer belt right there. Is that Rickenbacker? Yeah, that's Rickenbacker. And Rickenbacker is... Oh yeah, okay, so that's not... Oop, too slow. 71 is over here. If that's Rickenbacker. And that is Rickenbacker. This is 71 right here. This road beneath me. And we're heading southwest-ish. Yeah, so that's it. So all I gotta do is follow this road until I come across Cincinnati. And I don't want to get any higher than this, so... Oh, wow, I'm getting bounced. Tossed about really bad at this altitude. What's my heading? Oh, still going southwest. Alright. That's probably the city over there. I don't know that for a fact. I need to get lower if I'm going to have the buildings render in my field of view. So, back off the power. Let's go down to about 8,000 feet. Southwest. According to this, I'm heading virtually west at this point. And Cincinnati Airport is technically, it's not in Cincinnati or Ohio even, it's in Kentucky. Which is further south. So all I need to do is fly over the city, keep going southwest or south. Let me think. And it's a pretty big airport. You can't miss it. It's a Class B. It's Class B airspace. So okay, getting kind of low. Okay, give it some altitude. Entering Cincinnati suburbs. The airport, I'm heading more south than I am west at this point. Ah, there it is. Damn it! Hate when that happens. Full stop landing.
Cincinnati Tower, Navy, Alpha 109er is 20 miles northeast with go to land. Navy Alpha 109er, Cincinnati Tower, enter left traffic, runway 9er, altimeter 2972.
Still going southwest. There's a bridge right there. Right here. That goes from Cincinnati to Kentucky, and you wind your way through some mountains. And yes, he's absolutely right. Airport should be over there somewhere.
Going to 121.05691.
This terrain is killing my frames.
Cincinnati.
Shoot. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of airplanes, and they're coming from over that way, so let's go ahead and come right. Alright, don't want to lose my bearings here.
Delta 580, exit runway when able.
Airport, damn it. Oh, that's it right there. Okay, so runway 9. Oh crap, I'm going towards it. No. Runway 9 said left base. Okay, so
Delta 580, exit runway when able.
alright, so runway 9 should be
Delta 697, exit runway when able.
that's got to be the airport right there. And
Cincinnati Tower, Delta 5644, ready to go. Runway 9er, IFR to Arizona. Delta 5644, full short, runway 9er. Traffic is Boeing 757 on the runway. Delta 580, exit runway when able, clear for takeoff. Runway 18 left, Comair.
alright, there's a Bombardier right there off to my 10 o'clock. He's at 2,500 feet. He's going in for runway 9.
Ready to go. Runway 9er, IFR to South Bend. Delta 6169.
I'm gonna go in behind him.
Traffic is Bombardier on the
Per.
runway. Cincinnati Tower 5540.
Shit, I can't do that. Damn it.
Runway 9er, approach. Delta 6169. Taxi into position.
I have
5540.
Active Sky Next running.
Fly straight in, runway 9er.
And that program totally blows out of proportion the effects of wake turbulence. And those planes are at 2,400 feet. I'm at 7,000 feet. Okay. I'm going to turn off Active Sky Next. Okay, turn off. Yes. The reason why I'm doing that is Active Sky. Well, now the plane is very, very easy to fly.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 18 left. Caution the Bombardier taking off. Runway 9er. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 18 left. Delta 2003. 121.05540.
Go around.
Delta 370. Taxi into position and hold. Hold short. Runway 9er. Delta 462.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go around. Gear up.
Delta 370. Delta 6169.
Flaps up.
Cincinnati departure on
I can at least enjoy the view. And you can too.
Delta 6169. 5416. Go around. Cincinnati Tower.
He's down there
Delta
somewhere.
997. Ready for IFR departure. Runway 1.
There's a lot of traffic around here. It's because of Class B airspace. Alright, let's try this again.
121.0 before Delta 2003. Delta 3 land, runway 9er. Navy, Alpha 109er.
Let's trim up. Okay. So go ahead and do my downwind.
Cincinnati Tower, Delta 5282 is 26 miles west inbound ILS. Runway 9er, approach.
Of course.
5282. Cincinnati Tower.
Landing.
Fly straight in. Runway 9er. Altimeter 2992. Delta
With
370.
no weather.
Contact Cincinnati.
Not much of a challenge.
121.0.
But there's no way I'll be able to successfully land without that wake turbulence.
Delta 370.
Actually, what I can do is this.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 18 left.
World weather.
MD-80.
And let's do real world updated every 15 minutes. Okay. This will use FSX weather, which is a bit more real than nothing.
Runway niner.
But I won't have wake turbulence.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 18 left. Delta niner 7.
Okay, let's mount. There we go. Okay. And let's do one more turn. There we go. About 2 G's there. There we go. Alright. I don't want to be stuck in traffic again, so give it some gas, get ahead of this plane. I'm at 3,000 feet. Alright. I need to line up. I didn't get an ATIS briefing. That's alright. Slow down. Speed brake. Always get a little bounce when you do your speed brake. Okay, close the speed brake. 1 notch flaps. Have visual on the runway. Gear down.
Delta 5282. Cleared to land. Runway 9. Follow Boeing on final. Caution that Boeing 757 landing runway 18 right.
What Boeing on final?
Runway 9er, Delta 5282.
I'm not going around. Okay, I'm going to trap a little bit here. 1 more notch of flaps, full flaps. Okay, trim down.
Cincinnati Tower 1444 is 18 miles west inbound ILS. Runway 9er, approach. 1444. Cincinnati Tower. Make straight in.
Trap
Runway
here.
9er. Altimeter 2972. Fly straight in. Runway 9er. 1444. Cincinnati Tower 5190. Ready to go. Runway 18 left. IFR. Rogers.
Pretty busy airport.
5190. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 18 left. Caution that Bombardier taking off. Runway 9er.
I thought I put my gear down. I could have sworn I put my gear down. I can't exit the runway when able. I belly landed. I could have sworn I put my landing gear down. Oh well. Could be worse. Too bad I can't do that over again. Let's see. What is ATC gonna do here? It should send these planes around. Wait a second here. Uh-oh. Is he gonna go around? Or is he gonna run right into me? Nope. He's going around. I can't exit runway when able because I have crashed. Look at that traffic back there. Got him waiting, him waiting, him waiting. How many other planes is that? 2, 3? Okay, he's going to position and hold. This AI is very fascinating. They can't go unless the runway is clear. Anyway, should this count as a successful landing? I don't know. I thought I had my gear down. I guess I should have checked the lights. Oh well. Alright folks, that's enough for me. I'll see you next time.